Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
A safety alert in Ann Arbor. 4 women say a man has groped or exposed themselves to her, and investigators think all the cases are connected to one person. This afternoon, 2 police agencies are teaming up to try and catch this man. Police say that 3 of the incidents happened near one parking lot off of Hubbard on U of M's North Campus. The 4th happened not far away off campus on Broadway Street. Rod Maloney is in Ann Arbor right now following the developments with police.
This area of Northwest U of M campus is kind of a pass-through. You've got a bus stop here with woods behind it. And then over here on this side, you have the parking lot, Northwest 10, very long and runs about a block or 2 down the street. And it is here where bizarre sexual behavior happened yesterday, and a woman who just happened to be carrying an umbrella was able to fend off an attacker. The 4 reports trickled in overnight, but tell much the same story in the same time frame, between 3:30 and 4:30 yesterday afternoon. 2 women said that they saw a man in the parking lot exposing himself and approaching them before leaving the area in a silver or dark sedan. Last night, a woman called U of M police saying a man sexually groped her from behind. She smashed him in the face with her umbrella. Then overnight, a woman said that a man similarly grabbed her hip from behind about a mile away on Broadway Street, where there's ongoing construction. Neighbor Janelle Reichman walked her dog Hudson here this morning, not knowing about these incidents.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, I saw that kind of stuff in New York all the time, but no, you don't expect it here.
The general description is of a 6-foot-tall, thin white male in his 20s with wavy brown hair and a full beard. Now that they're working together, both the U of M police and Ann Arbor police are asking if you know anything about this situation to call them immediately. In Ann Arbor, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All right, Rod, thank you. Janelle Reichman told Local 4 these incidents won't deter her, though, from walking in the area. But police advise if you are concerned to find a different place to walk on campus for now. A Woodhaven man is hit and killed when his car stalls on the freeway in Detroit. State police say that the driver then ran out of gas on eastbound I-96 near I-75 last night. He went to get gas and then returned to the vehicle. He tried to run across the freeway to do that, and he tripped and was hit and killed by a car. The other driver stopped and is cooperating with police. State police are reminding drivers, if your car breaks down on the freeway, stay inside of it and call 911. A new plan to bring tax relief to Detroit homeowners is coming together. Mayor Mike Duggan is set to announce this afternoon, and Christy McDonald joins us now live from Mackinac Island, where that big announcement is happening. How's it going out there so far?
Oh, Rhonda, I got to tell you, it's beautiful. I wish you could smell the lilacs that are behind me. I'm on the porch of the Grand Hotel, and it is really the opening day of the Mackinac Policy Conference. You know, and Mayor Mike Duggan, he comes up here every year, and he's able to address business leaders, politicians, and give them really a large picture of what's going on in the city of Detroit. Well, this afternoon, for his main stage production, he is going to be using it to announce a plan that he wants to reduce taxes for homeowners by 30%. So their tax will be cut by about 30%. We're seeing some of the numbers come out that could be about $250 a year. But here's the catch. If there are blighted properties, if there are properties not being used, taxes would go up. There's also expected to be a tax reduction for business owners. Again, active businesses. But for businesses that just have vacant land, property taxes would go up. The mayor is hoping this is going to incentivize more development and, of course, give relief to the homeowners who are there in the city of Detroit. We are going to get more details on that this afternoon when he speaks at about 4:20. A couple of other things that are happening here at the Mackinac Policy Conference today. At about just before 3 o'clock, the governor is going to be out here on the porch right about where we are, and she's going to be giving a press conference on a plan that she says she has to incentivize more businesses to come here into the state of Michigan. You know, we've talked a lot about population loss in the city of Detroit and kind of looking how things are stagnant here in Michigan. Well, that plan is going to be coming out this afternoon that she hopes will incentivize more people to move here to the state of Michigan. Also this morning, Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson Benson had a press conference talking about getting driver's licenses back for people who maybe didn't pay their court fees and have been suspended, and how that can spur economic development when people actually have the ability to drive and get to jobs. I'm going to be speaking with Jocelyn Benson at about 12:45 today, because we are going to be streaming live for you all this afternoon. So after the noon news here, go on over to Local 4 Plus and click on Detroit.com. We are going to be streaming live interviews all afternoon long. Of course, the press conference with the governor, and we will be here today and tomorrow at the Mackinac Policy Conference. So, you know what? It's very cool to say reporting live from the porch of the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island. That's the very latest here. And I hope you join me this afternoon, Rhonda.
It is very cool to say. And the scent of lilac sounds just amazing up there, Christy. So much going on.
It's
in
gorgeous.
addition to that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
All the gardens
Yes.
are just amazing on the island. Thank you for that update. As Christy mentioned, you will be able to see her live continuing coverage with all of those pivotal interviews streaming on Local 4 Plus this afternoon. Christy will be talking to those important decision makers, and that will happen until 4 o'clock this afternoon, and then that'll be on Local 4 Plus, and you come right back and see us here on Local 4 News first at 4. Better news on the state of the economy in Detroit. The city's unemployment rate has fallen to the lowest level in 3 decades. The rate is now 4.2% in April. That's down from 5.8% in March. Until today, the previous record was 5.4% in the year 2000. Mayor Mike Duggan says new auto jobs are helping keep the rate down. The House is on track to vote on a bill to suspend the nation's debt limit through January of 2025. A compromise deal between President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has cleared its first major hurdle. As Bree Jackson reports from Washington, both sides are working to secure support for the measure.
The debt ceiling bill passed a key hurdle Tuesday, narrowly passing the House Rules Committee in a 7-6 vote. The debt limit fight heads to the House floor for a vote today. Battle lines are already drawn.
No Republican should vote for this bill, and so my focus is trying to persuade my colleagues what's wrong with the bill.
I have not decided yet, again, waiting for the numbers.
Some hardline Republicans argue the measure, which cuts spending, did not go far enough. Progressive Democrats raise concerns about concessions President Biden made. Party leaders are working to secure enough votes to get the bill to the president's desk.
But it's important for House Republicans to produce at least 150 votes. This is an agreement that they themselves negotiated, and they should be able to produce the votes necessary.
If the plan passes the House, it moves to the Senate, where there's bipartisan praise.
House Republicans focused on reaching a bipartisan agreement to put reasonable caps on federal spending.
I commend President Biden and his team for producing a sensible compromise under the most difficult of circumstances.
Across the country, there's a sense of urgency.
We're tired of gridlock, so we can't default on our debt. That's, would be ugly for this country. So hopefully they'll get together and do the right thing.
The federal government has just under a week to lift the debt limit before the June 5th deadline. And if passed, the bipartisan deal, officially known as the Fiscal Responsibility Act, would extend the debt limit for 2 years. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
All right, Bree, thank you. A hot day out there, not just for all of us, but all of the animals at the zoo as well, as we take a live, beautiful view of the Southfield Sky Cam with the big water tower at the Detroit Zoo in view in Royal Oak. This is another air quality alert day in effect, and Ashley is here with a look at how steamy it really is outside.
Yeah, so already sitting in the 80s right now, Rhonda, and today's high temperature forecasted to be 88 degrees, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of the outlying areas hit 90. We have more sunshine and that summer heat in the forecast, and we have another air quality alert today. The only difference is that we have now tagged on Genesee and Lapeer counties compared to yesterday. So only Sanilac County in southeastern Michigan not under this air quality alert, and this is set to lift tonight. So that just means that our air quality is unhealthy for sensitive groups, our seniors, or those that suffer from asthma. Check on those folks. They should try to limit their time outside and not overexert themselves. Air quality alert, couple little tidbits for you. If you don't have to refuel your car today, try to avoid that, or at least wait until after sunset. Same with the lawnmowers out there as well. If you could carpool or bike, that would be even better, but I understand not everyone can do that. Right now, 81 degrees, mostly sunny skies as we take a live look at downtown Detroit. Yesterday's highs, a couple areas hit 90. We were at 86 at Metro Airport. We are 2 degrees warmer right now than where we were yesterday, so that means it will probably be even warmer than that. 81 is where we sit right now, Rhonda. I'll tell you which days we likely will hit 90 coming up in a few minutes.